same guy. It's like Steve Buscemi looks like if you squeezed the fuck out of Rick Moranis and his eyes popped out. Welcome back to Podcast the Hero.
Hey, fellow kids.
Yeah.
What's the Steve Buscemi bit from 30 Rock?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
He's a PI. He's trying to do like the whole like pretend like he's a high school student, and he's like walking through school with his hat on backwards.
Yeah.
Hey, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow students.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Cornbot, as always. Also brought to you by our patrons on Patreon. There is a long list.
Yeah?
Yeah, people are finally doing some fun things. So here we go.
Is the list long because there's more people added to it, or is it long because people have changed their names to like full fucking paragraphs?
I think that's what it is. I think that's
great.
Brett. Yes, I be a Newfoundlander by. Boy, bye. But it says bye.
Bye. That's what it is.
Spitgoth, yo. Absolutely the best podcast. Rody left me in the morning without a blanket, but the night was wonderful. Sebastodon, the rat that lives in Fritzy's butthole. I swallow cum.
Yes, you do.
Source the cod. Source the cod.
Okay.
To change that up. Rob, the anti-human. Peggy Thrill, Green Street. Not gonna abuse the ability to change our names. Skibbity Toilet.
Oh, Tootie told me about that. It's a man with a toilet. His head comes out of the toilet.
Okay.
That's Skibbity Toilet. It's like a fever dream, dude. Don't look it up.
Fee or Phi. E, common thread. Evan, Zane. Rody loves my dink.
And I do.
A futile Vulcan dink pinch to Fritzy's butthole rat. Economist, Mushy, Zach, the first Dan, Cage Pandas, Corn Man, Jeffrey, Mason, TBJ, Yuri, Fruit, Ashwin, and High Tops.
Man, that one got me, dude. A futile Vulcan dink pinch to Fritzy's butthole rat.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. It's just one of those like sentences that kept revealing itself and like calling back all this other weird stuff.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. I want to start with hockey.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks are being sued.
Again.
Yeah.
For sexual assault.
Yeah.
Again. The franchise.
Right?
You're fucking garbage. You're pure garbage.
The NHL should force that organization to be sold to somebody else.
Yeah.
And then you have to hire new people everywhere in every position.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Especially honestly, just fucking shut it down.
Especially considering that the person who is suing was hired by the Blackhawks, who refuse to change their name, even though it is very insensitive.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of fucking people that claim that their logo and name is loved by the local indigenous.
Well, that's why they hired this person to come in and help smooth things over with the local indigenous. Yeah. That was her role. She being an indigenous person herself, and she was
sexually harassed and potentially assaulted.
Yeah, and then
unbelievable.
And then fired.
Yeah, burn that fucking franchise down. I don't give a shit if it's Original Six. You're embarrassing the Espositos.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Bring back the fucking Phoenix Coyotes.
Oh my god! Could you imagine
if they just gave
what would happen if the NHL just like, hey Chicago, you guys are fucked up. We're giving the whole franchise and moving it to Phoenix.
Like right after fucking
Chicago would burn down.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I like Chicago as a city. I think obviously the franchise being original 6 teams, sick and fucking whatever. But like, this is an absolutely despicable franchise.
Yeah.
Fucking despicable.
Yeah.
I will say that, and I'm not saying this because I'm gonna like come out and hope that Coach Q is coaching the Leafs, because I don't want that.
Yeah.
His daughter was defending him on Twitter the other day, and there were some things that she said that I had not quite heard before. I'm not gonna fucking really repeat them and stir shit, because like I don't know the fact of the matter, but obviously it came into the Kyle Beecher stuff, and how they covered up a fucking rape to win a cup.
Yeah.
But it's worth looking at what Quenneville's daughter had to say on the situation. And that's all I'll say.
Okay. You guys announced support for the upcoming Ontario run.
Mm-hmm.
2 bands.
Yep.
Bad Waitress and Chinese Medicine.
Yes.
All right. I listened to both of these.
So did I.
Newest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is very punk rock.
Yeah.
But not like skate punk.
No.
Not like pop punk.
No.
No, this is like...
It's punk rock, yeah.
It's pretty hardcore. It's pretty...
I don't know if I say hardcore.
It's not quite, but it's...
Yeah. Because I think like hardcore gives certain implications of like... people think like Kubla Khan are coming or something like that, you know? Like,
but
hardcore
it is
like, confusing now. Like, it either sounds like fucking dirty old punk, or it sounds like metalcore that's like faster. I don't know.
This is how Spotify describes them, and I think
which band?
Bad Waitress, which I believe these are all posted by the bands themselves for the most part. Yeah, like the descriptions. But it says Bad Waitress is antsy art punk.
I like that as a description.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Revels in fits of fury and ego. It spits in your face and winks, ferocious and playful. That's a pretty good description.
Yeah, I think that's a good description.
So, I really, really liked it. And I was surprised by things that happened in the music. Like, it was going one way, and then all of a sudden it did a different thing. And I was like, well, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very cool. And then Chinese medicine. I'm pulling up their Spotify description. Because I think these things are important to know.
Yeah, I read their Apple Music description, which seemed to be a questionnaire with one of the members. Was that similar to Spotify? Is it the same?
Nope. It's a short description. It says Chinese Medicine is a BIPOC queer-fronted punk band from Toronto, Canada. Their 80s and modern post-punk combination create a familiar yet refreshing sound that unlocks a primal fury in their listeners.
Yeah, I don't feel primal fury ever, as a rule. But I would say outside of that, that's a generally very good description of what I heard.
It says their debut EP is a hard-hitting, side-splitting fuck you to society's corrupt systems while exploring life and self-actualization.
Hell yeah.
I like it. So I think it's going to be a blast. Yeah. I can't wait to see both of these bands live.
Yeah, I think it's, I can't wait to see both of these bands at the former Dungeon, because it's just like, I don't know, just where we sowed our fucking little punk rock roots. Yeah. We sowed our roots. We sowed our roots. Oats. We sowed our Adam oats.
You ate your goats.
We ate our goat meal.
Goat meal.
I was eating something the other day which did not look very good, if I can be honest with you. It was oatmeal with just yogurt and maple syrup in it.
Why did you put yogurt in oatmeal?
Why the fuck not?
Why? Those things don't go together?
It's like 18 grams of protein for one serving. So
that's fine, but like
put it
just
in everything.
eat a bowl of oatmeal and then eat a bowl of yogurt.
Baked potato, for Christ's sake. I don't care where the oatmeal, where the yogurt goes.
It just goes
I just
in everything.
care that there's yogurt.
Nachos, yogurt.
It's fine. It just looked like a lumpy, kind of brown, whitish shit. And I had showed Tootie that fucking little voice skit that I presented you with last week. I showed it to him like 2 or 3 nights before that, and he looked down. He went, "Dad, is that goat meal?" And I was like, "Yeah, pretty much."
Pretty much.
Like, yeah, tastes like shit.
It did.
It didn't taste good.
But you eat it because you don't care what things taste like, right?
I do and I don't. Like in that scenario, I'm going like I wasn't taking a scoop of protein powder because it was upsetting my stomach, this particular brand. And so I had to figure out how to like pack a little more protein into my breakfast. So I was like, this tastes sour like fucking yogurt in my oatmeal, but I need these stupid little 18 grams.
Are you like counting like macros and all that stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Every day, you're just like...
Well, I just make sure I hit my protein goal, really. Like,
have you noticed that, like, after you hit your protein goal, that you're able to do that one more rep?
Yeah.
Yeah?
My numbers go up every week. I don't remember the last week that they didn't.
Wow.
I'm amazing.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm a mutant. Okay?
What are you going to do? Like, is this your life now?
No.
You just lifting weights? All upper body?
I do lots of lower.
I don't know.
I friggin' squat 3 wheels, pal.
If you do so much lower, stand up and show everybody your thighs.
I don't want to. Because I've become somewhat disproportionate. No, have you seen X-Men 97?
No.
Did you watch X-Men in 97?
Probably.
I don't like the way you said that.
What do you mean?
It makes me feel like it was a no. Like if you didn't love X-Men in 97, I mean,
I haven't loved any X-Men movie that's ever been.
It was a cartoon.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, you're probably like fucking 30 in 97.
Like I wasn't watching X-Men cartoons in 97. I was
macking chicks
junior in high school. Like I was all about fucking musical theater.
Yeah, and macking on honeys.
Yeah. Of course. That's what all musical theater nerds are known for, is macking on honeys.
What does it mean to mac on a honey?
Like, yo, baby, what's up? Check out my 1988 Ford Tempo.
But what is...
Want to go for a ride?
Does it just mean talking to?
Yeah, basically.
In a way that...
Flirting with? Flirting.
It's a way that Will Smith could say flirting in the 90s without sounding like, girls flirt, guys, mac.
Yeah.
That's what it is?
Yeah, 100%.
I figured it out. So you're macking on honeys at the musical theater camp?
Mm-hmm.
And...
yeah, that's it.
You married one.
Not one of them.
Well, years down the line.
Yeah, but she's not a musical theater person.
You know, Fritzy, they say God made an angel for every cowboy.
What? Didn't they say every rose has its thorn?
No.
And every cowboy sings a sad, sad song?
They say on the 8th day, God noticed a problem.
Uh-oh.
Because they're below him. Stood a cowboy alone.
We have a topic for this episode.
Yeah. I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
See, because that's very relevant to what the topic is. And I chose it.
Performance anxiety, or in other words, stage fright?
Yeah.
So I did some looking.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a number of celebrities, very famous celebrities, that suffer from performance anxiety and stage fright.
There's a number of almost not even famous at all people that I know.
Most people, right? It's why, like, what is public speaking is the number one fear among people, even like more than dying.
Jeez.
That's not for me.
No.
I'm more scared of dying.
Yeah, dying is fucking terrifying.
I'm not scared of not being anymore. I'm scared of the act of dying because I feel like it would be really painful.
I'm scared of my lack of presence will leave on this earth. I don't know that the world will be able to continue without me.
I feel like there's like one or two people that would be super bummed, and the rest of the world would be like, "Who was that guy?"
He seemed nice.
He seemed okay. He had a mustache for a while, didn't he? But I have some tips.
All right.
If anybody were to be afflicted with such a fear or with performance anxiety, you should follow these tips. And there's 10 of them. I think, yes, 10. And I would like to hear your feedback on each one.
Sure, whether I think that it's valid or not.
Sure, or...
I think it's probably case-to-case basis, whether it would be applicable to me or not, is what we'll see.
Yeah. Well, but it could... It's like, okay, so here. Shift...
Fish on.
I saw a bumper sticker today that said, "Happiness is a warm gut pile."
Like of deer guts?
No, like fish guts from gutting a fish.
Oh.
Because all the other bumper stickers were fishing related. I assume it meant a warm gut pile from gutting a fish.
That makes me feel uncomfortable about this. Makes me feel like some people hide their fucking desire to kill in their fishing.
Shift the focus from yourself and your fear to your true purpose, which is contributing something of value to your audience.
Hey, that's nice. That brings pressure. That is kind of the pressure that causes it in the first place.
The contributing something of value part.
A lot of people have come here and paid tickets to see me do my thing. What if I can't do my thing? What if it fucking doesn't come out tonight? Yeah, that doesn't help.
Okay. Number 2, stop scaring yourself with thoughts about what might go wrong. Instead, focus your attention and thoughts. Focus your attention on thoughts and images that are calming and reassuring.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like meditation helps.
Does it?
Yes.
I feel like you got to be real good at meditating to not let the things in your head go.
Once you're on stage,
it's all gone.
It's gone. It's too late.
Yeah.
You have to do what you have to do.
Yep.
So
I'm one of those people that like the TV is never off. I need the constant noise. Otherwise, my brain will start going, let's think about things internal to you that you're afraid of. Let's think about, did you exercise today? No? Well, you're going to die tonight when you go to sleep. Enjoy that. Yeah. Have fun with that. Yeah, it's terrible. Anxiety fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Refuse to think thoughts that create self-doubt and low confidence.
Refuse.
Don't think them. And if you start to think them, you tell them to shut the fuck up.
You know from your experience, that is a nothing thing that it says. That says nothing. Just refuse it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about.
No, those thoughts are way too strong and powerful and ever present. You can't just do that.
That's why anxiety is.
Yeah.
Because you can't stop that fucking thing in your head that's being like, you're fucked. Yeah. You're absolutely fucked right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golly. That's stupid.
This
that was
is
penned by a stupid.
This is not off to a great start, psychology. Thanks. Practice ways to calm and relax your mind and body, such as deep breathing, relaxation exercises, yoga, and meditation.
No, I'm not going to be doing a bunch of exercise.
Have you been doing yoga, though?
That's what I'm talking about. Yoga is exercise.
I mean,
I find like exercise for sure is like helps calm me down. Mm-hmm. But in the moment where I need it the most, I'm not going to like fucking be side stage with a fucking bench press or some dumbbells. Yeah, like, and it's not going to fix it. It's not going to fix it. I do believe in the breathing exercises. I do believe in the like calming exercises. I think that's the only thing that really helps me.
What about just for the full hour before you go on, just downward facing dog for a whole hour?
Yeah, well, you'd get a good stretch in your calves.
Everybody just walking around. Hey, cheese.
Yeah.
What's going on? Somebody wants to talk to you. I can't. It's downward facing dog time.
Where like you're holding a plank really hard, and by the time you get on stage, you're just fucking sore in the core.
Nothing but wall sits all day.
Yeah.
See, this type of thing, I feel like is horseshit. This is not a tip to reduce your stage fright. This is a thing that is like, this is good for everyone. Everyone should try to do it. And if you were so inclined to have this lifestyle, you would be better off overall in every aspect of your life. Exercise, eat well, and practice other healthful lifestyle habits. Try to limit your caffeine, sugar, and alcohol as much as possible.
No.
Yeah, that's the fucking worst. That's like how do I lose weight? Exercise, eat well, and practice healthful lifestyle habits. How do I get better sleep? Exercise, eat well, and practice
yeah.
It's the answer to everything.
Stupid.
It's a fucking bullshit cop-out answer.
And like the reality is like nobody does that.
Right.
Nobody.
No.
Like maybe you can hit some fine points. Like I exercise regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I eat well for the most part.
When they say eat well, that just means like a lot, right?
Yes.
Eat a
well
lot.
and be merry.
Eat a lot. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Of all those options, I do limit my alcohol.
Yeah, you can.
And I eat a lot.
It's got to be that in moderation as well, right? Like, I don't know, like, every weekend I tell myself I'm going to not drink as much this next weekend, but then, like, Thursday and Friday come around, I'm like, fuck, a beer is going to be nice,
yeah.
Dude. And then all of a sudden I'm like 6 or 7 beers deep, just going like, shit, why did I do this again?
Visualize your success.
Ah!
Always focus on your strength and ability to handle challenging situations.
I think that's positive. I think that's good. I think it's difficult to encapsulate that mind frame when you're experiencing anxiety.
Because like, your brain is telling you, you don't have any strengths.
Yeah. And like, it's like, yeah, I could see you just being like, man, what if I go out there and I fucking kill it tonight? What if I do a really good job? You know, like, I can say that, but then all of a sudden, I'm going to fucking say the inverse as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm going to follow up with that. You know, and like, I like the idea, and it's something that I fucking say to Houston all the time, and it's like, when he says, you know, something's hard, and he's like, it's too hard, it's hard. Like, you remind them that it's like, you can do hard things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, we don't tell ourselves that very often. And that was definitely said or implied in that fucking last thing that you said. But it's like, we don't tell ourselves that very often. And I certainly don't tell myself that. I think I am only capable of easy things or things that come easily to me.
That's all I'm capable of.
Yeah, but it's not true.
No, it is. In my case, very true. I can't do anything hard.
I don't think so. You continue to be a Red Wings fan.
It's not hard. It's easy. They're right here. They're the only team on TV. It's real easy to be a Red Wings fan. It'd be much harder to be a Leafs fan.
It is hard. But I'm capable of doing hard things.
Yeah, well, you're better than me. You're a better person than
them as well.
Prepare your material in advance. Read it aloud to hear your voice.
Okay, so this is specifically for public speaking.
Public speaking. But, you should be backstage with all the lyrics on sheets of paper, just speaking them out loud over and over and over and over and over before
Honestly,
every show.
I fucking wish I could have a public speaking career. So easy. I'll public speak the fuck out of anything.
It's not public speaking, it's public singing.
I improvised my speech at my sister's wedding, and it killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love public speaking. Try fucking singing and getting older as you do it every day.
Mm-hmm. Make connections with your audience. Jeez, you got to make connections. Smile and greet them.
That's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make connections with my audience.
You should think of your audience as friends rather than enemies.
What about fucking think about every single one of them as a potential buyer?
Potential of them as customers.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right? Yeah.
Kidding. I don't do that.
Why aren't you at the merch table now instead of standing here watching me?
What are you doing? Watching the band?
Go buy the merch.
There's no line at merch. I love the idea of a band that's like so obsessed with making money that they don't care if you watch.
They just like, merch stand line is... You should start doing that at shows. Yeah. Between songs, like just remind people, the line at the merch table is really short right now. Yeah, we won't be offended if everybody walked over there.
Yeah. We're going to hit that slow part of the set right now where we play like the fucking track 7 on all our records.
Stand. I'm going to say this is for you. You don't sit usually on stage. Usually.
I have.
Usually. Stand in a self-assured, confident position. Remain warm and open and make eye contact. So power pose, dude. Get up there and...
What if I'm in a Powerpuff Girls dress?
Yep, doesn't matter.
Paint on?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Give up trying to be perfect and know that it is okay to make mistakes. Be yourself.
I think that's it. I think that's helpful. I think forgive yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Like, allow yourself to fucking fail. Like, whatever. What's the worst thing that happens if you fail? People are mad at you. People are disappointed.
People write something on Reddit. Like,
yeah. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, all you can fucking do is try your best.
But also, by that point, they've already paid for the ticket.
Yeah. I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm fucking talking to myself. And I'm really good at forgiving myself.
Good. You should be.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of practice.
Yeah. I've had to apologize to myself so much.
So many times.
And I've had to apologize to so many other people too.
Now, a Harvard study that was reported in the Journal of Experimental Psychology.
Can I just say that I don't think anything that's ever come out of Boston is worth caring about?
Okay, that makes sense.
So, skip it.
This says that research has shown that instead of trying to settle yourself down and relax, like and calm yourself that you should like turn it around and like really embrace and get into it.
Yeah.
And it says literally say out loud, I'm excited. Pretending to be excited about a thing apparently produces better outcomes than trying to calm yourself down so you can perform. So
I'm going to try that.
So when you're anxious, this is my recommendation based on this.
Yeah.
Just when you're backstage or side stage, right about to go on, just get in everybody's face and scream, I'm excited! And fuck you for not being as excited as me. Oh. To every one of them. Especially Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
Now, Tim runs a pretty cool 5 most times, so he doesn't get that excited.
But I'm telling you, get in his face and let him know that you're disappointed in his lack of excitement.
Well, I don't want to make him do anything that he wants to do. I want him to be as comfortable as he can be.
No.
I want to get him amped up.
Get him amped up.
Okay.
Get him so amped up he falls off the stage.
Okay.
These are some celebrities with stage fright that you might not know.
Okay. If you say John Bon Jovi, I'm going to fucking defenestrate you.
Why?
Just looking for an excuse to defenestrate you.
Well, I don't want to get thrown out a window.
He knows.
Adele.
Ah, beautiful Adele. I love Adele so much.
Mm-hmm.
I know like 3 of her songs, but I love them.
Yeah, she's very good.
Yeah.
Emma Watson.
Ah, who's that?
She's Hermione.
Ah, I was thinking of Julia Roberts' niece.
Emma Roberts.
Yep.
John Knight.
Do you mean Wayne Knight?
No, John Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Do you mean Wayne Knight from Jurassic Park?
No. John Knight from New Kids on the Block. Jordan Knight's brother.
Knight. Now I know that name.
Jordan Knight. His brother, John Knight, is in New Kids on the Block. Yep.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were performing on Good Morning America, I think, when they had their big comeback, 5 or 6 years ago. They did like new album and they were going on tour with like Backstreet Boys or some shit like that. And they were in the middle of a... What?
NKOTPSB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were on stage performing on Good Morning America, in the middle of the song, he freaked out and left the stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just paced.
Respect. I love that.
Lorde?
Okay. Yeah. Lorde, I watched her do the chicken wing show. She seems like a hyper-intelligent person, and I think hyper-intelligent people are often prone to anxiety and things of the like.
Beyonce?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
She's such a natural presence.
Yep. Rod Stewart?
Yeah, right. He doesn't even care about being a rocker. He's just out there trying to get his dick sucked, and he doesn't care by who or what.
If my mom could hear you say that, she loves Rod Stewart so much.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, he's got lots to be nervous about.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the verge of death at all times.
The notes are high, man. Like, imagine being fucking 1 billion years old and going, generals gathered at the masthead. Like, that's fucking a stupid note. And it's hard to sustain.
Yeah, real bad. Well, not anymore, but Eddie Van Halen.
What happened? Did he get over it?
No, he's dead.
Eddie Van Halen. Imagine you just broke that to me.
You didn't know.
Wait a minute. Spoilers, dude.
I know you hate the Foo Fighters, but did you see...
I don't hate the Foo Fighters.
The video? Did you see the video of Dave Grohl going like, I'm going to do a solo? And then he starts doing Eruption. And he's playing Eruption and everybody's like freaking out. And then like a light comes on sort of off to the back and the side. And it's Wolfgang Van Halen, who's actually playing the solo.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
I don't love the Foo Fighters. I really like Dave Grohl, though.
I do. I like all of it.
Yeah.
I've been a Foo fan for a long, long time. A Foo fan. I've been a Foo fan. A Foofan. Demi Lovato.
Love Demi Lovato, man.
Do you?
I honestly, I had her. It was fucking illegally downloaded version of her first like weird kind of like pop punk record with the Jonas Brothers. I thought her voice was wicked. Like, obviously, there's like juvenile kind of fucking pop punk shit, but I liked it so much that I was like, I'm gonna actually go out and support this artist, and I bought a copy of it. Of course, that artist didn't need supporting in the same way that some do, but I felt obligated to do it. But I really liked that record. Her voice is wicked. I'm actually a big Demi Lovato fan. I obviously didn't keep up with her career. I don't care, but I thought that was sick. I thought she was sick. She probably still is. I don't fucking know.
From the longest time, I didn't know the difference between her and Selena Gomez.
There is a significant difference in their vocal ability.
Yeah.
But I like Selena Gomez, too. Not necessarily as a singer.
But you liked her on that one show, Always Murders in the Building, or Only Murders in the Building?
I saw some of that, yeah, but I don't know. She seems like a real human being. Yeah. But maybe that's the whole fucking point. Maybe that's what celebrities
just
do.
people.
I don't know. Yeah. I like everyone, Fritzy.
No, you don't.
Everyone. Oh, name one person I don't like. I like you more.
I don't know how many birthday parties have I been invited to. Harry Styles.
I don't like Harry Styles.
You don't? I can't. I don't know any of the songs. What's he from? One Direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got that one song. It blew up on TikTok. I really liked it. Who cares?
There's there's a Jonas brother who did a solo thing that I really liked.
Was it Cake by the Ocean?
Yeah, I really like that song. Yeah, it's
Joe Jonas.
Very catchy.
Yeah. I for a long time I thought Joe Jonas was the least talented Jonas Brothers, but I do think it is Kevin. I do think it's actually Kevin.
I think it's Kevin. I honestly, if you had asked me to name the Jonases, I could only name one.
Kevin, Nick, Joe, and...
Oh, I would have just said Joe. I wouldn't have known that there was a Nick Jonas. Or is there a Frankie Jonas?
There might be.
Or a Kevin.
I'm not super sure, but I think I just pulled something out of the recesses of my mind that's true. That there's a fourth Jonas brother named Frankie that no one has ever heard of but me.
Oh, my God. Okay. So as I was researching this topic, I came across this this Reddit thread. And I don't know if I'm going to name names with this, but I'll just it's like 3 years old. And it says, "How do I get over stage fright?" And it says, "Hey guys, I performed live for the first time the other day, and well, I'm super disappointed. I had practiced for almost 2 weeks. Everything was great, even backstage, looking at everyone right before I was up. I wasn't too nervous, but when I got up and had to sing, boom, instant stage fright. And it took a huge toll on my performance. I totally couldn't play my guitar. My vocals turned to a mess, and I even had to stop in the middle because I forgot the song. How can I get over this so that it doesn't happen next time? I understand that I always be nervous on stage. It's natural, but how can I counter the things that ruin would have been a great performance otherwise? Any tips?" And then he provides a video, like a Facebook video of his performance.
Was it bad?
I didn't watch it. And you'll find out why.
Okay.
So a bunch of people in this Reddit thread, bro, you just get up there and do it again. I promise it'll be less the second time and less the third time. And like, as you get used to being on stage, you'll get more comfortable. You'll feel better than you ever have. It's a fucking rush, but you got to keep at it. And then somebody else said, experience is the answer. Any tips on how to... he replied, seems the answer is experience. Any tips on how to go about getting it? I live in a really small town. How should I seek out opportunities? And people were like, go to your local karaoke spot or sing at your church. Go hang out at your local park and play while people are walking by.
That's creepy. Parks are for children.
Just don't be afraid to share your talent wherever you can. It'll be rough at first, but believe me,
if you go to the park, don't share your talent. Keep it in your fucking jeans.
Yeah, and stuff like play whatever and whenever you can. My first show was a train wreck. 10 years later, I was like doing this is great. Steve Buscemi from Airheads, bass cock thrusts and Kip Winger twirls without missing a note. Right? Like, you just got to do it. And a bunch of people. Like, the tough part is it comes through exposure, because after 100 gigs, you begin to recognize the process behind what's going to happen over the course of the gig, and you're going to sort of understand how to work through things when issues come up, and experience, and blah, 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 right?
Yep.
So there's a bunch of these, all along the same thing. And I was just scrolling through reading them. And then I got to 19 days ago. Oh. So on a 3-year-old post, 19 days ago, somebody posted and went, "Rest in peace, man. I watched your video and wanted to know if you have improved over the years, just to find out that you had sadly passed away last year."
Why?
Right?
Did it happen? Did he die of stage fright?
Maybe.
Oh, no. What happened? How did they learn that?
I don't know. Like, it must have been from his Facebook page from the video he posted. But when I read that he had passed, I was like, I don't want to go look at something real sad. Like, he was clearly a very young person.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna go on a bunch of old Reddit posts that nobody's seen in a while and just be like,
rip to the person.
Shoot, dude, R.I.P. Came on here to just give you a little advice, found out you were dead, just not know whether it's true or not. Sometimes it probably will be true. I'm gonna do it a lot.
You are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to play the stage fright game?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Katy Perry's stage fright stems from which thing? Which of these things is the source of her stage fright?
God.
Forgetting the words.
Okay.
Falling off the stage.
Okay.
Being out of tune.
Okay.
Or being trampled by screaming fans.
Forgetting the words.
No, it's being trampled by screaming fans.
What?
She has a fear that the whole audience is going to trample her to death.
I guess fear is irrational.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that really seems like one of those things where you're kind of are you so fucking full of yourself that you think you're the Beatles and you're going to get fucking torn to shreds? But in the same, it's fear is irrational.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Fights her stage fright.
I love Rihanna.
By doing what? A, pretending the audience is naked. B, eats hamburgers. C, steams her vocal cords and then drinks a bunch of booze. Or yells at her assistant.
I think steams her vocal cords and drinks booze.
Yep.
Yeah. Steaming them plumps them up real nice. And
does it?
Sometimes booze can clear phlegm.
Well, I think booze just is a natural, chills you out a little.
Oh, yeah. No,
yeah.
I always used to like to have a fucking mitt full before I went on, and it was to, chill out.
Yeah, it was self-medication. It wasn't a, party thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me and flying.
Kind of party thing.
When I used to fly, I always made sure my flights were at a time when, I had plenty of time at the bar beforehand to get some scotch in me before I got on the plane. Mark Twain coined the term stage fright.
How
did he
said that like Mark Twain?
How did
Mark
he
Twain
deal with this
that
stage
episode
fright?
of Star Trek?
Wasn't he on multiple episodes of Star Trek?
Well, he's in Time's Arrow Part 1 and 2, and they bridge seasons 5 and 6. So he's in 2 episodes. But he sounds like this. Whoopi Goldberg, Guinan.
Was he?
Mr. Data.
Did he deal with his stage fright?
Mr. Pickard.
Damn it.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Did he deal with it by just being incredibly racist? Did he drink to the point of blacking out? Did he smoke what they called at the time hemp leaf? Or did he stack the crowd with his own friends to cheer for him?
I don't even know what Mark Twain was. Like, there's the Mark Twain Award that goes to fucking, like, comedians or comedic actors. Mm-hmm. But in that Star Trek episode, they portrayed him as some sort of, like, intellectual of the time.
Sure.
And did he write Huck Finn?
Yeah.
So is he all of that stuff? He was kind of like a stand-up?
He was an author, an intellectual, and humorist, and he would speak at events, and he was sort of like he was a celebrity of the day.
Well, I'm going to say that he'd stack the audience with his friends.
He did, indeed.
Because that seems like a fucking smart thing to do.
Yeah. Last question. Barbra Streisand famously did not tour for 28 years because of her stage fright.
Wow.
What did she
Must be nice to fucking make so much fucking money off a couple like shitty songs that you can not work for 28 years. Fuck Barbra Streisand.
So she did. I mean, she was lucky that she was prominent at the time when you could make a killing off of record sales.
Yeah, and she was a movie star and shit.
And she was still putting out records. She just wasn't touring. She wasn't performing, but she was just releasing records and making a shitload of money selling millions of albums. Now you can't do that.
You froze.
What?
You froze. You froze for a while. I didn't. He went. She was records.
Oh.
I put it together though. She was putting out records.
Yeah. Okay. So what allowed her to get back on stage? A, being so rich she no longer cared. B,
I don't think that's it.
Marrying James Brolin.
She married James Brolin?
Yeah, they've been married for a long time.
Is that the old one or the younger one?
The old one.
Josh Brolin, he's the son.
Yeah. Having her stage banter on a teleprompter or lip syncing everything she does now.
I mean, like, it is probably D, but I'm going to say it's C as well.
It is C. And not only does she have every word that she says or sings on stage on a teleprompter, yeah, that's it. She just does. She has a teleprompter that has everything, all the lyrics, plus all of her banter and everything. She claims she rarely looks at it. It's like her...
Yeah, it's just a safety net.
Safety net.
Sucks that your banter's planned.
Yeah.
Streisand also very famous for creating what is known as the Streisand effect, where you try and cover something up, but it makes it only more notable because there was a photographer photographing the coast of California to show its erosion. She attempted to sue him for photographing her house and publishing it. And people were so angry that they found the photographs and were like, there's Barbra Streisand's house. Yeah. Hey, everyone, look at it. Fuck Barbra Streisand.
Now, I know you said we weren't going to talk about sexual performance anxiety.
Well, yeah, because I was just coming out of a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be super serious. But when I'm in this actual moment, I don't want to be serious at all. So I'm into it.
So I have a little bit of a thing. So I was going through and I was looking at the physical symptoms of performance anxiety.
I think you got a pretty big little thing. I've got just a little bit of a thing.
Yeah.
You said it like fucking one of the Golden Girls.
Just got a little bit of a thing. The physical symptoms of performance anxiety are the following: rapid heartbeat, shallow breathing, sweating, and lightheadedness.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Which are the same as the physical symptoms of having sex.
Yeah.
Right? If you're vigorously having sex, you've got a rapid heartbeat, probably shallow breathing, some sweating, and if it's good, some lightheadedness.
Sure.
Which means it is clinically impossible to diagnose sexual performance anxiety because you can't tell the difference
between someone who's sexually aroused and someone who's fucking freaking out because
Yep.
they can't become sexually
Yep.
aroused.
So in fact, it is as much a myth. Sexual performance anxiety is as much a myth as is the female orgasm. So don't worry for all the people out there that worry about having sexual performance anxiety. Don't worry about it. If you've got erectile dysfunction from your so-called performance anxiety, just keep pushing that rope. And remember, no one's good at sex. Just ask your mom.
Yeah. Just keep smashing your fucking limp phallus into somebody's leg.
Just keep pushing that rope and...
because you're a liar.
Yeah, you're a fucking liar. There's no such thing.
It's never
Prove
happened.
it. Prove it.
Prove it to us by doing it to us.
Oh, I have a gift for you.
I have a gift for you.
I have to get it, though.
I would like to say that, yeah, I had a fucking pretty good panic attack the other day. I was rehearsing for the tour, and I chose to only rehearse the most difficult songs.
That's a great way to feel reassured about everything.
I was doing them right here. And I did really badly. And then, like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, my God, I'm going to fucking throw up. Like, I had, like, physical reaction to it. I was like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to shit my pants. And I started, like, panicking, thinking about all the fucking things. I had to, like, go get my son. I had to give him dinner. I had to take him to fucking soccer. And, like, I'm just, like, freaking out the whole time. One thing that really helped me was he hit me right in the fucking dick and balls with a soccer ball. And I was around a bunch of strangers. Like, he kicked me right in the fucking penis and balls with a soccer ball. And I was like it was the very first soccer practice. I've never met any of these people, a bunch of kids and fucking adults that I've never met before. And I just like all of a sudden wanted to like lay down on the ground and cry. And like I was already kind of in that headspace anyways, where I wanted to lay down on the ground and cry. But now I wanted to do it because of this other reason that was just pure pain.
That is like that's perfect because that's like the thing. Like, oh, I got a headache. Well, put your hand out and I'll smash it with a hammer, and then you won't notice the headache so much.
Yeah. So there was that made me feel better. So suck on that, Harvard. But the other thing that made me feel better was, I said to myself, these are the hardest fucking songs. Yeah. I don't sing as I did when I fucking wrote and recorded these songs. Fucking whatever, man. Try again tomorrow. And I just like sort of like forgave myself a little and was like, it's all right. Like, this is the first time you fucking tried this in a long ass time. You did a bad job. Yeah. You did a bad fucking job. There was no one there to see it but you. Try again tomorrow.
That's why it's called practice. I tried it again.
Yeah. And I did it the next day and it was better. And I did it the next day and it was even better than that. And I did it the next day and it was even better than that. And it's like, I had a really, and it's not going to make it easier or better when it comes time to step on stage because I'll still get to that point. And I do find that everything's different when you're on stage.
Yep.
Right? You can do a sound check and it can sound fucking stellar. You can be in fucking tip-top shape and then come out for the show and it's different. Sounds different. There's more people in the room. Yep. There's more sounds in the room. Your ears sound different. The monitors sound different. The way your voice comes out is different. You push harder because you're excited. All sorts of fucking things happen. Got to just roll with the punches and forgive yourself if you fail.
Yeah. And also...
That's all you can do.
Also, like... I think the hardest thing for performers is realizing that when you fuck up, right? Yeah. Most of the time, the audience has no fucking idea.
Yeah, and I find it like it's impossible to ever believe that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's really hard. It's so hard. And like having been a performer and been in an audience and like I like my own worst critic and everything, and I'll come off and I'll be so fucking bummed out, and then my friends will come up and tell me how great it was, and I'm like, are you kidding? I fucking played terrible. And they're like, what are you talking about? It sounded great. Like, what do you know? And you can't ever.
It's impossible to believe them, and like it won't feel good. I used to have this fella, and he is a nice fella, nice little guy. He's younger, but his friend, and he would always come up after the show and be like, fucking sucked tonight, dude. Right? And like for the most part I'd be like we're not super close friends, like that's like not the sickest thing to say. Like I get that you're joking, but like whatever. He came up to me one night after I had done in my mind what I thought was a really bad job, and he was like, really fucking sucked tonight, dude. And I was like, fuck you, man. And he was like, no, I'm joking. Like, you get like, thought you were really good, so like I come out and I say, I fucking understand, but do you understand that like you don't fucking know me, first of all, and second of all, like you don't know like how I feel about what just happened up there. And for you to fucking say that to me right now, I want to fucking reach over and strangle you because in this weird, fucked up way, despite the fact that I know you're joking, you are confirming something that I think. Yeah. You know, it's like, I unfortunately was a little harsh with him, but like I didn't say that, but I didn't not say something quite similar to that. And I feel bad, but like, it's just like, hey, even if you make that joke once, don't do it twice. Right. This was probably the fourth or fifth time this person had said the same thing to me after shows, and it just made me absolutely fucking lose my cool. And he's a nice guy. He's really, I do like him a lot, but that almost made me fucking want to explode. And not out of my penis head, out of my head.
But would it still be ejaculate out of your head?
It would, yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Just making sure. Just rerouting. It's
going to be blood and brains and stuff. It's going to be ejaculate. So I will send you my gift. And I will say, for the listeners, if you haven't listened to last week's episode, the gifts part, stop, go back.
Listen to the gifts part, because you're going to need to know it for my gift as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get your gift open. We'll start with yours.
Yeah, sure. That's good. Hopefully it doesn't fuck yours up.
What? Double Fritzy baby goat milk?
Mm-hmm.
Why would it fuck mine up?
We'll just see. Fritzy awoke in his bed. He wasn't sure how he knew it was his bed. He also wasn't sure how he knew his name was Fritzy. He knew these things, but he didn't know how he knew these things. He sat up in bed. Why can't I remember anything? Why does my voice sound like this? Fritzy didn't know how he knew, but he knew it wasn't his voice. Fritzy, are you up? Breakfast is ready. Fritzy's mom walked back to the kitchen without waiting for a response. Fritzy had to come up with a reason his voice sounded this way if his mom asked. Puberty. Late puberty. That will work. He stood up and looked at his feet. They seemed bigger than they should be. He pulled the band of his boxer shorts out and looked inside. Bigger than it should be. He smiled bigger than he should have. Fritzy walked out of his bedroom and padded down the hallway toward the kitchen. He could tell the way by following the scent. Something was cooking,
It smelled strangely sweet, but savory with aromatic spices. He walked into the kitchen and found it unfamiliar. My sweet Fritzy boy, sit, sit. I made your favorite goat meal. Her voice was familiar to him, though her face was not. Blurred images swirled through his head. They wouldn't focus. It was like his memories were trapped behind frosted glass. He sat in a chair in front of a steaming bowl, correctly assuming it was meant for him. He felt so strange, like a stranger in someone else's home, but one he had been in before, many, many years ago. He dipped his spoon into the bowl of what his mother had called goat milk. Oats and odd bits of meat simmered in milk with spices. The aroma was familiar. He hesitated as he brought the spoon to his lips. It was then that he realized that he was famished. It felt like he hadn't eaten in weeks, months, years. He had no memory of the last time he ate. He pushed the spoon into his mouth and felt the hot food coat his lips. It was a bit slimier than he had anticipated, and the meat bits were chewy as he explored the goat meal with his tongue. He swallowed and went back for another spoonful, followed by another and another. His mother refilled his bowl and sat down at the table across from him. Oh, Fritzy, it's been a long time since I've seen you gobble goat meal with such fervor. Oh, Mommy, I love my Fritzy goat meal. Oh, Fritzy, your voice, what has happened? I must have finally hit puberty. Oh, yes, that explains it perfectly, and I accept that explanation. Fritzy felt relief that she had bought the puberty explanation. He wondered what his voice should have sounded like. Sing-songy like a bird? Smooth like ice cream? He finished his second bowl of goat meal. Mommy, excuse me. I have to go make mud. He stood from the table and walked back down the hall, correctly assuming the bathroom would be near his bedroom. He found it and closed the door behind him. He looked into the mirror to see his face. A stranger stared back at him, rosy-cheeked and freckled, just a boy, really. The sight was jarring, and he retched into the sink, flecks of oat and meat escaping his mouth. He composed himself. Fritzy, my sweet boy! Hurry up or you'll miss your bus for school! Fritzy made his mud and went into his room to put on some clothes. He picked up the backpack that was sitting at the foot of the bed and went out to the road to wait for the bus.
Wow. First of all, I hated those goat meal sounds.
Yeah.
And like while you were describing, that was horrible, dude. But that was fucking awesome. I love that you like filled in the gaps. Now there is going to be, in my conclusion here, there is going to be a little conversation that's going to bring some variance to.
That's what I said. I hope it didn't mess up your thing because,
No. It's wonderful. I thought, first of all, your narration and like the actual like, did you write it before you?
Yeah,
I wrote it. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, I wrote it.
Like it was well thought out. Whereas my stuff is just off the top of my head, just going ah. And you will.
Well, I did take the exact word for word conversation of the one part of actual Fritzy over like watching.
I love my Fritzy goat meal.
I think at one point I referred to it as goat milk.
You did.
I think
you did.
A fuck up.
And in the title.
Did I? Yeah. It's supposed to be goat meal. I don't know why I said goat milk.
These things are just fun. But I think we should write one. Like a real one. I'm not even fucking kidding with you at all, Fritzy. I think you and I should.
Like a full, like,
a full fucking season. Like, these are 5 minutes. Yeah. Let's write one that's half an hour. That's the first. That's the start.
That's the first step.
We'll write a half an hour one.
It was real fun. I enjoyed it.
It's fun as fuck, right? Yeah. The end of this podcast is going to be for anyone who doesn't, who's just like watching it. They're going to be like, oh, these guys just for several periods of like 5 minutes at a time just held their phones up and went. I don't care. Yeah, this one I made is actually even just a little longer.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get it right here.
But I had to wrap it up.
Yeah. Oh, wait. This says... So the original one was called Double Fritzy Meet Your Milker. Right? That's why I think the Meet Your Milker and then the goat milk. The goat milk recipe had everything simmering in milk. I think that's why I got all... Anyway, this one is called Double Fritzy Part 2, Milk Your Meat Stick.
It never actually mentions that in the story. I just titled it that after I finished it.
I feel like that's... Is that
a masturbation
masturbatory
thing? It is masturbatory in nature, yes.
Welcome back to another spirited episode of Double Fritzy, Meet Your Milker. Last time, Fritzy encountered the spirits of the forest who immediately cloned him. He came to find out that his clone had replaced him in every facet of his life, which was very limited to just his home and his schoolwork. What will Fritzy do? Tune in and buckle up to find out.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I need a plan. I know. I'll find a spirit that's even more powerful than the spirits of the forest.
Fritzy, you fool. There are no spirits more powerful than I!
That can't be true.
It is true, you insolent little fool.
I'll find a way, I swear. I swear it on my beautiful Mother Susan's life.
Oh, that's funny you should mention that. Because your beautiful Mother Susan shall be the first to fall.
Inside, Fritzy's clone had some unusual questions for Susan. Mummy, where does the United States government keep their military and nuclear secrets?
Well, Fritzy, it's hard to say, really, but if I had to guess, I would say they keep them in the Pentagon.
Where is the Pentagon? Please provide exact latitude and longitude coordinates, Mummy.
Well, that's a pretty unusual request, but I think it might be 38.8719 degrees north and 77.0563 degrees west, but I can't say exactly.
Thank you for the goat meal, Mummy. I must depart. And now Fritzy's clone found himself running. But to where? The Pentagon, it seemed? And Fritzy himself hadn't made it too far. And he witnessed the clone rushing off.
There he is. And where's he going in such a hurry? Oh, the spirits of the forest said I should never cross paths with him. But maybe that's exactly what I should do.
Oh, no, Fritzy, don't. That's bad for everyone, including you. Just don't do it.
Shut your infernal reverb-ridden mouth. It's exactly what I'm gonna do.
So Fritzy confronted the clone.
Ah, Clone Fritzy, hello. Where are you off to in such a rush?
Destination, the American Pentagon.
And what do you need there, Clone Fritzy?
My mission is to acquire nuclear arms and eradicate humanity.
But Clone Fritzy, why would you want to eradicate humanity?
Humanity is the greatest threat to the forest.
Oh, I see. But tell me this.
What's happening?
Clone Fritzy. If you destroy humanity, with nuclear weapons, will you not also destroy the forests? Enough! Enough, Clone Fritzy! What if I told you there was a way to destroy humanity and embolden the forest?
Clone Fritzy is listening.
Nitrogen! Nitrogen! It'll act as a fertilizer for the soil and a poison for humanity. The humanity that has always poisoned the earth.
Oh, Fritzy, my boy. I knew you would join us. I've watched you from the moment of your birth, and I knew you would be the soul to bring new life to this earth and destroy that which destroys us all, Fritzy.
So what? So what am I supposed to do now? I've betrayed my brothers and sisters in humanity.
Yes.
Do I betray them further? To their very end?
They betrayed you first, Fritzy. They betrayed themselves. They betrayed us all. So go forth. Spread your nitrogen far and wide. And when humanity is gone, you will remain amongst the forest until your passing. And when you pass, the earth will hold you tight and envelop you, and all will be peaceful forevermore.
So Fritzy and Double Fritzy went forth. They acquired the nitrogen and they released a cloud of it unlike the earth had ever seen before. Unfortunately, there is a delicate balance between the amount of nitrogen that is beneficial for soil and plant growth and the amount of nitrogen it takes to absolutely scorch the planet. And you know Fritzy and Double Fritzy never took the time to figure out exactly how much would complete their task. So not only did they wipe out humanity, they scorched the planet's forests as well. No one is quite certain why Fritzy thought he himself could survive that much nitrogen, but there's no one left to care, so it doesn't really fucking matter. The end.
That's it.
I love it. What made you think of nitrogen?
It's fertilizer. And I saw this very strange. There's this guy who tells stories on TikTok. And like sometimes he'll be like, oh, here's the fucking Drake beef explained for morons like Jody. But sometimes he'll be like, hey, here's this like weird historical thing. And there was this character, this fellow named Fritz, which is weird. And
I don't buy it. This is all made up.
It was a German fella who discovered every time that plants grow, we harvest them, and then they grow back the next time. They grow back smaller and weaker. And it was like, we don't have enough fucking shit for the planet to be sustainable. So he figured out fertilizer that would help the plants grow back strong. And it's like one of the only reasons why humanity can
feed itself, survive.
Feed itself, continue to feed itself. However, he also is the father of chemical warfare.
That makes sense.
Inventing things like mustard gas. He was a German Jewish man. And his weapons were used, obviously, at gas chambers and, like, in fucking all sorts of horrible places. The first time his weapon was ever used, his wife killed herself. Despite the fact that our planet would not be sustainable without his earlier discovery, he was a horrible motherfucker.
So, you know, Alfred Nobel.
Sure.
The creator of the Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what he did? Like his big scientific contribution was before?
Is this something about a bomb?
Yeah, he invented TNT.
Yeah. Okay.
And so he felt real bad because he
Yeah.
thought it's good for mining and making tunnels. And then people started using it against people, and he was like, "Oh,
Yeah. People saw this thing that makes things go boom, and they went, "People go boom."
So he's like, So he decided to make the Nobel Prize to be like, we're going to celebrate things that are good for humanity.
I think this Fritz fellow went opposite way.
Probably.
He was like, "Hey, look, I can figure out how to do good thing. I can figure out how to do bad thing."
That makes sense. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. Take a good thing and make it bad.
So he might not have been a German Jewish person. He might have been just a German nationalist. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I listened to the one thing once, and I was like, Fritzy? I'm writing a thing that could benefit from this.
Wonderful.
And I really wrapped it up really quickly.
That was
But
very
those are the exact fucking coordinates
of the Pentagon?
for the Pentagon. And I am being watched right now because I Googled the fucking
what is the longitude and latitude?
And then on that top of that, I was being like, is nitrogen poisonous for human beings? I'm fucked, man.
Audiobook I'm listening to right now is called Raven Rock. It's about the U.S. Continuity of government plan from like World War II to the present. And it's all about like what happens when the Pentagon gets attacked and like Russia nukes DC and like all the stuff.
I'm not gonna attack anyone. I'm not gonna attack anyone.
Okay.
Please. Who is ever listening? I like the idea that we all have a personal agent that's
just listening.
To all
There's
our
a
shit.
1-to-1 for every
I was
person.
making a little art project for my friend Fritzy. I needed those coordinates for a joke. They didn't have to be the exact coordinates, but I don't know how to list coordinates, so might as well
you
be.
just copy paste, baby.
It's on Google.
Yeah.
Anybody can look it up.
Anybody can look it up.
I just searched the word the Pentagon, and it gave me the fucking exact latitude and longitude, man.
It's not like a secret. For a long time, the Pentagon was the world's largest office building.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like hidden somewhere.
No, yeah, people know where it is.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Now they do. Since I did that. Just kidding, obviously.
I Swallow Cum knows where it is now.
Yeah. I Swallow Cum knows.
I Swallow Cum knows. The rat that lives inside my butthole definitely knows.
Yeah. We used to do this thing when someone would be like, who knows? We'd just take all those companies and be like, Quiz knows. 14 knows.
Tostitos? No, not Tostitos.
Kind of.
Totino's.
Totino's.
Toast.
And you got to say it like that.
Totino's pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Those are
There's a
good.
bunch of other ones.
Pizza roll.
You know what? We used to have this. Well, there is still the company M&M's. It's like a meat packer.
Yeah,
that
that's
gives you
candy.
frozen-
M&M's. They're candy.
No. There's another one called M&M's. And they're just like it's
The
like
rapper?
a fake butcher that sells you free.
The rapper.
No.
Yeah, he's the 8 Mile guy.
No. Everyone in Canada will know what M&M's is, but it's like frozen meat. Frozen
meat.
Yeah, I said it wrong the first time, and then I was like, no, I know the correct one. Then I said it even wronger. Frozen meat products and like whatever.
When you
Like,
say
you
a
can get,
frozen meat product, that makes me feel like it's like just like one hamburger patty individually sealed, frozen that you could just like take out and suck on in the summertime.
Honestly, it's like a whole store that's basically just like microwavable dinners, but like just a little better than that.
Okay.
Like, oh, it doesn't go in the microwave; it goes in the oven, but same difference.
It's Schwann's. Schwann's.
But they used to have this. Yeah. I know Swans, but no, it's not. It's nice.
It's nicer than Schwann's?
Oh, much nicer. It's real food. It is real food.
You guys have Schwann's in Canada, like the guy who drives around in the little truck and.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about one of those.
No. There's a guy, the Schwann's guy, and he drives around in a truck, and he delivers your frozen foods to you.
Listen, I don't know what that is, but yes, we have stuff like that. But the point of this was, they used to, when I was a kid, they would have these pizza rolls, right? And it's in an egg roll wrapper.
That sounds good.
Right? But it's got like pepperoni, cheese, and fucking pizza sauce in it, and like you cook them up in your oven. And I don't know what the fuck they did to like do not make those anymore, but they was the most incredible fucking thing.
And they don't make them?
I don't think so.
Fuckers.
I know.
The other night,
maybe they do.
Our friend Mushy sent me a video the other night that was ads from the 70s, specifically from Ontario.
Okay.
And a couple of them were Hostess Twinkie ads. And I want to ask this question of you and see if is this a normal thing that Canadians do with a Twinkie that like no other normal person would do?
Do they still make Twinkies?
Yeah.
I feel like they stopped.
But they're back.
Oh, okay.
And there were 2 different commercials with 2 different kids.
Are they putting their dicks in it?
No, they took the Twinkie. They took a bite of the Twinkie, and then they took their finger and dipped it into the Twinkie and went like they dipped it in there.
Here's the thing, Fritzy. You've had a handful of Twinkies in your life. Me too. Mm-hmm. I've had fucking hundreds. Yeah. Maybe verging on over 1,000 Twinkies in my life. Okay. I've had lots of Twinkies. Yeah. There isn't a way that I haven't eaten one. You've never,
I eat Twinkies the same way every time.
You just go, eat it like a fucking civilized human being?
No, I just stuff the whole thing in my mouth at once.
But, like, when you're a kid, you're, like, weird, gross. I see Houston do fucking gross shit all the time, and it's like, I know that it's just, like, a universal thing. Like, they got 3 holes in the bottom. Oh, you're not going to, like, get your fucking straw out of your juice box and try and suck the fucking cream out of those holes? Yeah, you are. You're going to do all sorts of weird shit. I think it's fucked that it's in a commercial like that, but
they do it the same way. It's 2 different commercials. 2 different kids.
I don't think it's unusual behavior. I think most kids, I think you've probably even done it as well, especially you got piano player fingers, man. You get right in there, dude. Like, look at these stubby little fucks. I barely get my fingers down a Twinkie, dude. But you definitely have done that, whether you remember it or not. You just don't remember it, dude.
Nope.
You're in like grade 3. You remember every single thing you did to a Twinkie in grade 3? Yeah, right.
I keep a journal.
And I'm not even implying anything untoward.
I keep a journal of every Twinkie I've ever encountered. My Twinkie journal.
Fucking, for sure, you sure fingered a Twinkie.
I did not finger a Twinkie. I always just stuff the whole thing in my mouth at once. Just cram the whole thing in there. The appropriate way to eat a Twinkie.
My Johnson.
It's also the...
You remember that Johnson commercial?
What?
That Johnson Motors commercial? You remember that one?
I've never even heard of Johnson Motors.
You never heard of Johnson Motors?
What is Johnson Motors?
It's a boat motor.
No. You have commercials for boat motors?
Everybody does. No. I think it was an American commercial. No. And it's like it had like this really, like it really seemed like they were in on the joke because like the tagline of every fucking like end of the chorus, like it'd be like me and my girl and my Johnson.
Oh.
Right? And it's like, then the next one's like me and my friends and my Johnson. And it's like, you're getting fucking kinky. And then the last one, it's like me and my kids and my Johnson. It's like, no, they're not in on the joke. They don't know it. They don't know. We're way off topic here. We should end it by saying everybody fuck themselves and eat shit while they do it.
At the same time.
We're going to be touring around next week, so we might not have a Chody on the podcast, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Right? But buy tickets to our shows.
And go to the shows.
Go to the shows.
I'll be at shows.
We got Tilsonburg. We got fucking Waterloo.
I'm going to
where
Waterloo.
The vampires hang out.
I'm going to Waterloo and St. Kitts.
St. Catharines. There's Oshawa. There's Kingston at this venue that I fucking love. There's Ottawa. I hope the Kingston one is a matinee because that was so much fun doing.
You guys,
is
it when you do Ottawa though? Like it's all around and then Ottawa.
Is there a price tag on the bottom of this bottle?
You got to like go way up to Ottawa.
Ottawa.
It feels like Ottawa.
You're saying it weird.
I can't really put the capital of Canada is Ottawa.
I can't put my finger on it, but you're saying
Ottawa. Ottawa.
Yeah, you're saying it right now.
Yeah, Ottawa. Instead of Ottawa.
Are you fucking with me?
It's wa versus wa.
Ottawa?
I say Ottawa.
Ottawa. Yeah, that's weird. Ottawa.
How do you say Toronto?
Toronto.
Yeah, but you say Toronto.
Yeah,
I say Toronto. Toronto.
You still don't say that. I mean, either way, you don't say that second T.
Yeah, no.
Right? You never say that
Toronto?
second T.
Toronto.
Yeah. There's a Toronto in Australia somewhere.
Toronto, Australia?
Yeah. And I think they probably call it Toronto.
Oh, maybe. Well, yeah. Anyway, you should go fuck yourselves. Goodbye.
You can also pick a picture from your...
Is he C?